Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Here we are for the latest edition of the weekly ranked event here within Raceroom. It's Wednesday night, so that's what it is. That's what it means. And we're here this evening with a, I'm not even sure what to really call this combination, but they're calling it the FR3 Masters for one reason or another. But what we have here are the Formula Raceroom 3, basically the F3 equivalent in the real world. The FR3 Cup class here at the Twin Ring Motegi. So I'm not really sure what to think about it. I'm not really sure what to do with that. The F3s, the FR3s are they're a pretty fun class to drive. Obviously, baby formula cars compared to the higher classes. But then there are a few formula classes that are below those. So. They are kind of like right there in the middle, so they've got some pretty good speed, but obviously not as much as the higher formula classes that are available in Raceroom and in real life. So, but welcome to everyone. Welcome here live on Twitch, as we normally do here with our live streams or with our with the events that happen within Raceroom or within the North America Raceroom community itself. So, welcome to anyone who might be here at the moment. Welcome to everyone as well on YouTube who may be watching this at a later time. Thank you so much for everyone that may be already a follower or a subscriber. If you're not a follower on the Twitch or a subscriber on the YouTube, but I suggest you do that. It's a simple click. It's free. It really costs nothing to you in the end, other than a simple mouse click, and some notifications will pop up eventually on when we go live or when a video goes up. So. If you're liking the content that Raceroom is putting out, the weekly ranked schedules and everything, or if you're liking the combinations that we're putting together ourselves within our North America community, if you're enjoying the streams and videos, if you're enjoying commentary and or no commentary, I suggest become a follower, become a subscriber. Set your notifications up, that way you're notified and when we go up, and you can enjoy the content even faster than just finding it through a random algorithm that may happen within Twitch or YouTube. So check it out, do it. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you have watched on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, if you like basically what we're doing. So hey Yamato, welcome. Hopefully everything's good there. But yeah, as I was saying, for YouTube, give a thumbs up, put a like on that video if you're watching it, whether it be this one here or one from the past or whatnot. The YouTube is a living archive of everything that we do, whether it's in Raceroom Ranked or Raceroom Unranked, or another new wrinkle that we're dipping our toes into is the AMS2 world, the Automobilista 2. So you'll probably start seeing some videos go up of that as well. So if you're into sim racing at all, or if you're into watching sim racing, definitely find our content here on Twitch and or YouTube, and just enjoy it to however much you can enjoy it. So after those two things, as we always go through here in the beginning, sort of like an intro, make sure to find our Twitter. Make sure to find our Instagram. Make sure to follow those for whatever content might go up on there. I've been a little bit lazy, a little bit not lazy per se, but the Twitter I have not used in quite some time, so that is awful. That is not very good, use of a social media platform. So I need to start using that a little bit more. So if you follow, I'm not saying if I'll use it more if you follow, but if you decide to follow, you may start seeing a little bit more activity on there from me, just with streams and videos and whatnot. So, and then same goes with the Instagram. Make sure to follow that there. You can find those two there on the in the graphic on the screen. So if you want to follow those social media accounts, feel free to do so. The Instagram has some I shouldn't say pretty good. It has some fantastic content of stuff that we're doing. In the racing aspect of Raceroom or AMS2. It also has some media of community member hardware, rigs, whatnot. So check it out if you're in the Instagram world. Just another cool account that you can follow and keep up with. And then last but not least, and always the most important thing, I probably should follow it, or go with it first before everything else, is the actual Discord community. We have a new URL to go along with it. I actually probably should put that in the social media graphic there. I should add another one for that. That way everyone can see it. But basically, discord.gg/NARR. We're easy to find now. So if you're in the Discord world, if you're looking for folks that are in the Americas time zones, Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, if you're looking for folks to race with predominantly in those places, in those time zones, definitely find us, check us out. Like I said, we do things here in Raceroom, obviously, but then we're starting to do things in AMS2. We also do stuff within ACC. We have some members that also do iRacing, so we do a little bit of everything, whether collectively as a group or just various members in there, do other stuff within other sims. So make sure to find our community. That way you can get involved with whatever sim you might be into or whatever event you'd like to get into, and then also get in there just to chat, hang out, and have some fun and meet some new folks. So we're all pretty good people. We're all we all try to promote having fun first and foremost, clean racing, safe racing, and whatnot. So make sure to find your way in there. There it is. Amato's put it into the Twitch chat. So if you're here on Twitch, take a look at the chat. You can find it there. For YouTube, I will put a link within the video description. So check out below the video if you're on the YouTube webpage. If you're watching YouTube on a TV or whatnot, not really sure where the video description is, but you'll find it somewhere. So find us, check us out, join up, have some fun. So after we've gone through all that, we've got about less than 6 minutes here in practice. So if you're not too familiar with Motegi, I personally am not. I've actually never been on this track, and I obviously won't be on there tonight. But what I have for you is let's go through quickly a track layout that I'll bring up here for you. So as you can see, there's about 14 turns. I don't have the total distance of the track, but it's kind of a long one. So I mean, you got your start-finish line there, and then you kind of like have a sweeping right-hander through 1 and 2 to a fairly long straight before you get to 3 and 4 with another long straight. You get to 5, a shorter straight, 6, 7, 8, kind of some baby S curves in there, and then the one they call the V corner there, number 9, which then will then take you to the hairpin of 10, and then it must be downhill because they call it the downhill straight, but you go all the way down from 10 to 11. Hit a 90-degree corner there, so 90-degree right angle to 11, 12, into what they call the victory corner, into 14, and then back across the line. So what they're going to have this evening is they're going to have one race of 20 minutes followed by a second race of 60 minutes. So think of that as like a sprint race warm-up for the 20-minute with a 60-minute feature race. I believe also what they're going to have is, let me verify really quickly within the Discord. It doesn't say, so I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Oh yeah, there it is. So race 2 will have a reversed grid of at least the top 10. So the top 10 finishers of race number 1 will be inverted. So P1 of race 1 will start in P10 race 2, and then flip it. So P10 of race 1 will start on the pole, P1 for race 2. So there's a little bit of incentive there for at least the top 10. But then you know, if you win race 1, then you're going to have 9 other people to try to get through back to position 1 in race number 2, and then someone's going to get lucky if you're in the 10th position for race number 1, then you're going to be on pole, and you're going to see how long you can hold it, or you know, how long until you're fighting some folks off to try to get by you. So it'll be a little bit of action there, a little bit of drama for race number 2. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm just trying to think of everything that I normally go through, but right now in the server, let's take a look. Where's my software? Right now we have 20 people in there, which is a fantastic number, especially for these cars and this track. So it's actually bringing out a lot more than what I anticipated. So I mean, that's always a good thing. You never want to have low numbers in the at least in the ranked events, which I mean sometimes we do, but hey, this is obviously bringing some folks out from kind of all over the place. We have a few folks from obviously the United States. We've got some from South America. We've got some from Brazil, Dominican Republic, Peru, Canada. We got someone from the Netherlands. Ramiro Perez there, a regular. He's from Argentina. Cobos in the front. Cobos in the front's from Mexico, and looks like Rangy Rover right now. One of our regular, well, not our regulars, but a regular that we race with from Australia. He's actually in the server as well. So, kind of a little bit of a gift for some of you that are going to be watching, as he's a fantastic racer. He raced. It would have been earlier this morning for us. I believe he did over in the on the Oceania server for this, so he might be doing double duty, or maybe he missed that one and he really wants to do it, so he's jumping into ours now. So, or not ours, but within our region's ranked event server. So we'll have to keep an eye on him and see how he does. But as we come up to about a minute left of practice, this is going to roll into qualifying of, there's going to be a 20-minute qualifier, which will then roll it into the first 20-minute race. That's kind of been the case with the last couple of the streams and or videos. I may not be here for the entire thing, so I will sit here for as long as I can, maybe through a little bit of qualifying just to see how folks do. And then I'll have to walk away for a bit, and then try to come back as often as I can, because I'm kind of working on a few other things as I'm doing this. So my apologies to those who may like, or at least can put up with my commentary through one of these, and then happy days for those who do not care to hear me talk through all this. So you can go, there's 2 camps, or there's no camps. It's just all in my head. We have 10 seconds left of practice, which means we're going to roll into qualifying. With this ranked server, as with all ranked servers, once it jumps into qualifying, no one else can join the server. So if we have 20 people going into qualifying, that will be the maximum number that we can have. I know at one point there were penalties for people jumping out or disconnecting during qualifying. That is really loud through there. Sorry for that track noise there. It's very loud on this track. But as I was saying, there used to be penalties to reputation and or rating for disconnecting during qualifying. I believe Raceroom has gotten rid of that, or they've at least softened the penalty a bit for when that happens. So we definitely might see less than 20 get to race time, but as of right now we still have 20. But they're all out there. They're all trying to space out as much as they can. Kind of like a normal F1 race, where they don't really want to be on top of each other, as that might hold someone up from trying to put in a decent fast lap there. So So we're waiting for Christopher Barnes here to come across the line, which I believe he's going to be the first one with a valid lap. So he will obviously be P1 once he crosses the line. Where that might be, I think this is the downhill straight that we showed you earlier. Yes, there's the victory corner, turn 14 that I showed you earlier, to the pit straight, and then down to the start finish line. He's going to come across with a what did he do? 145.4. So that is the mark that everyone that will now be trying to hit. So we're going to see if they can do it. Cabos here. He is currently ahead of that within sectors 1 and 2, and is ahead of that by quite a bit. He is 144.54, about 7/10 faster than P2, and about 8/10 faster than where Christopher Barnes was, who just came through with the first valid lap. So Christopher Barnes is now putting in even faster sectors for 1 and 2, with them being purple there. So we're going to see where he comes across after he goes through the downhill straight and then turns 12, 13, 14 of the victory corner. He may jump right back up. Jeff Lacey is now up there with a 144.444, so he's now your new P1. And Christopher Barnes is going to put in a 144.153. So almost 3/10 there faster than Jeff Lacey, who now moves to P2. There are 5 people that have yet to set any times, which is why you're seeing P1 through P14 out there. And Flavio from the SRM crew, Sim Racing Madness crew. We race with them, a few of them, on Monday nights. He moves up to 6th position. Jeff Lacey avoiding a severe spin out there at the very end. He's going to put in a 144. He put in a 144.295. I thought the game had said something different there, but still good enough for P2. But he's now even closer to Christopher Barnes there in the pole position. Deadhead here. Let's see where he gets to. He had the fastest sector 1, a personal fastest in sector 2, and then sector 3 was not good with him being gray, so that may be he was held up somewhere along the way by traffic. And Ramiro Perez from Team GRG is coming through the final turns there through 14. He's going to be coming up to the line. He has the fastest of sector 1, personal fastest sector 2, and puts in a 144.585. Currently sitting in 5th position there. And Jeff Hooten here on a screamer. He's purpled sector 1 and 2. Fastest overall in those sectors. Let's see where he gets to here in sector 3 as he comes down the downhill straight into turns 12 and 13 and 14 of the victory corner. Oh, when he pulls off, maybe he potentially missed it. He He has aborted that lap for one reason or another, which is a shame because, as I said, he was the fastest person overall there in sectors 1 and 2. Rudolph Stein, he's another regular that we normally race with in the ranked events and within the community events from the SRM crew. He comes through P11, the 145. What are you coming through it there? A 145.4. Jeff Lacey putting in the work here. Currently on a purple sector 1. He's purple sector 2. Let's go on board with him here. Let's go cockpit view. So here he comes down the downhill straight. And there's 12, 13, 14, and then down to the line. Right now he's fastest in sectors 1 and 2. And he's broken into the 143s. 143.956. That was a screamer of a lap. And now holds your P1 pole position. Let's see if anyone else can break into the 143s. Rudolph Stein with a 145.275. And we still have 2 people that have yet to set a time. Rangy's actually out there going, so it looks like he's going to give this one a go, which is awesome to see. He's got green sectors 1 and 2, so those are the best overall for him. Not for the session. He's going to come across. So that was a bad sector 3 for him, so he stays right there in P16. Ethan Lawrence from GRG is currently in P15, about 2.6 seconds off the pole position. Alex Petrovsky, where's he coming through there? Somewhere in sector 2 that I'm not quite sure. That might have been the S-curves. Yeah, because he's going up to the hairpin before the downhill straight. That's where he is right now. And Mateo here, currently P8. He's on at least the fastest lap for himself, coming through 12, 13, 14 here. We're going to see where he ends up after he gets across the line. It will probably be faster than what he is currently sitting at, P8, but we'll see just how fast. 144.6 moves up to P6, so jumps up 2 spots from 8 to 6. Rudolph Stein coming in with, I think that's Rangy Rover right behind him. So Rangy might be getting a little bit of a draft, a little bit of slipstream there off of Rudolph, potentially. Rudolph is going to come across the line, currently in P12 with a 144.73. Moves him up to P8. It's a fantastic lap there by Rudolph to move a little higher up the board from where he was. And her. Jeff Lacey's out there, Sterling still. P1, some folks are moving around the board. We got 19 people in the server, 19 people have set a time. So everyone is at least knows where they fall in the timing. And Deadhead here is going to come across a 144.481. Moves them up to 5. From 6 to 5, we've got less than 5 minutes of qualifying. Jeff Hooten is trying to make himself the new pole position here as he's purple sectors 1 and 2. Those are fastest overall. And let's go on board, that way we can see where he ends up here. Let's go cockpit as he comes down the downhill straight. Ooh, 144 even, which puts him at P4. Kobos has taken the pole position somewhere in there with a 143.879. So 2 people into the 143s, P1, P2. We got a new follower on Twitch, Cone Dodger 83. Thank you so much for following. Hopefully you enjoy what you're seeing at the moment. Hopefully you continue to come on back and enjoy even more content from us. We have less than a minute 30 here within qualifying. Kobos is still your P1 with a 143.87. Jeff Lacey less than a tenth behind. So those two are very close at the top there. And honestly, the spread from 1 to 18, I mean, is less than 3 seconds. That's honestly not that bad from someone all the way in the back. I mean, anything can happen come race time, obviously. Get a little overexcited, a little too much adrenaline, a little too much juice, get too much throttle, and away you go spinning around. So anything can really happen. And as I said, if you weren't here earlier, there's 2 races this evening, one of a 20-minute race followed by a 60-minute race. The top 10 of race number 1 gets reversed for race number 2. So, and as you see, coming up right now, the qualifying results. Kobos in P1 there with a 143.87. Jeff Lacey P2 with a 143.95. And Christopher Barnes P3 with a 144.078. And then it goes on down from there. All 19 have set a time. All 19 are still here in the server. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. So as everyone gets settled, everyone starts figuring out what they're going to do. Fuel and tire-wise, they're going to be getting to the grid here very shortly. So we have about 16 seconds left to go. Everyone needs to hit the drive button to get out there. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how they go. We're sitting here with Jeff Hooten in P4. Let's move back. Here we are. We're going to sit in P7. That way we can kind of see what happens here with the top 6 or so. A heck of a jump from, who was that? Ramiro Perez, I think. Just blasted away from the line. We'll follow right here for a little bit. There's some going wide. There's some crazy stuff happening. Jeff Hooten. There's a slowdown penalty already within the first turn. Well, you got Kobos P1, Lacey P2, Deadhead P3, Christopher Barnes here P4 as he makes a move on Deadhead and gets it, moves himself to P3. And those two are very close there. Ramiro Perez here in P5, so he was not the one that got the massive jump. I'm not sure who that was. I'd probably have to watch it back to actually see. We'll go further back at Keshin Hall. Very close with Jeremy Mook, right ahead of him. Rudolph Stein. They're all on a very long line here. No one's really spaced out a whole lot. You see a little space there between Flavio on the outside in the blue to John 2 Pardo there in the back. Rangy's making his way up the field as much as he can. There beside Pardo. He's going to have the inside line. He's going to make it. He's going to move up to 14th position. And onward he goes. Let's see, Jeff Lacey's close. We're leaving on auto director. Alright, so we're going to let this thing go here. I at least saw them off. I got to step away for just a bit, and I'll try to be back as fast as I can. But please enjoy. Thanks for showing up here on Twitch. If you're not a follower already, make sure to follow the channel. That way you can keep up on what we're doing and see even more good content. So stay here, get a drink, get a snack, hang out. I'll be back very shortly. Please enjoy. Thanks. Alright, folks. So the server has kicked me out for just a second, but we should be able to get back in, so just hold out for just a moment as the server switches from Race 1 to Race 2. It should allow us back in, and we should be able to see then the 60-minute race. I can only imagine that the 20-minute race was just a pure sprint to the end. When it comes to the 60-minute race, there will be pit stops involved, so keep an eye out for that. It's definitely going to play into strategy of those in the front, but then also those in the back, because once pit stops start happening, anything can happen from there. So there might be some big major shakeups in the order once those happen. Let's see if we can get in now. Nope, it's still doing that. Hopefully this does not happen to anyone else actually in their racing, so that would be kind of bad if it kicks a few people between the sessions, which we've seen happen in the past. Kind of stopped for a while, but now they seem to be doing it again, so here we go. So we're gonna get back in real fast. We should not miss anything of race number 2, and then we'll be off and away. So thanks for hanging out here on Twitch. Thanks to those that are... What has happened here? Why does it say practice for 29 minutes? Alright, so... Oh, here it is. So some folks are still in the pit lane. I don't know if they've been kicked or if they're just waiting to get out there. Looks like everyone's out there now. The lights are on. And they are off, and away they go. And some folks are going left and going right, going everywhere. Too much throttle for some of those folks. Rangy Rover moves into P1 within turn 1 there, and off they go. An eventful start already for race number 2. 59 minutes to go. A slight endurance for this. As I said, watch out for pit stops. They're going to happen. These things can definitely not go all the way on fuel. I doubt the tires can hold out, so you'll probably see at least 1, maybe 2 pit stops for both fuel and tires, or at least fuel probably twice. So if folks can baby their tires a little bit, then they might be able to hold on for at least maybe just 1 tire change through the 60 minutes. So once again, unfortunately, I'm going to walk away and continue doing some work I've got to do. So this is going to be an auto director. It's going to catch all the good stuff. Hey Theo, good turnout. Yeah, Rangy's out there. There were 19 at one point. Looks like someone's dropped out, either from race 1 or maybe the server in between. It kicked us out, kicked me out. It might have kicked one other folk out, but 18's not bad. Rangy's in there. He's P1. Ended up P8 of race number 1, so he was on the front row, and off he goes. Yeah, I was surprised with the well, not surprised. That's really the wrong word. I was very happy to see this many people. I did not expect it. Not that I'm a pessimist, but you know, open wheelers scare folks at times. But to get 18 out here from various places in the world is pretty good. So I am going to. And if anyone noticed during race 1 at the very end there, I updated our social media graphic there on screen. So if you needed to see the Discord server URL, you now see it. Join up. There's no reason not to now. There's also no reason to hit a follow on this page for Twitch. There's also a reason to not subscribe to the YouTube. What you're seeing now gets recorded at the exact same time for YouTube, higher resolution, higher frame rates, and it goes up there by the next day. So you know, if you're privy to needing a high resolution, high frame rate, then definitely check out the YouTube page. That's where all the high quality, not in the quality of racing, but the high quality in recording goes there. So I'm gonna step away for a bit. We've got 60 minutes, 57 now, so I'll definitely be back before the end of this to close it all out. Hopefully there's some good action for you. Watch out for pit stops. I'll say that again. Pit stops will play into this. The system will jump around to who it needs to, and we'll be back. So strap in for 56 minutes, and we'll see who comes out winner at the end here. Well, everyone, it looks like we're down to about 2.5 minutes to go here of the feature race, which was 60 minutes long. Who do we have out there? Christopher Barnes out there in P1 at the moment. Deadhead right behind, about a second behind there, but you can see them both in the screen, in the picture, so they are very close here at the end of this race. Jeff Hooten's about 5.8 seconds back in P3, followed by Jeff Lacey, Mateos Scriptura, Rangy Rover, Ramiro Perez, Carlos De La Torre, Keshin Hall, and Gene Kobos in P10. It looks like Deadhead was about 1 second, but he's about 1.3 seconds now. And I'm assuming they'll be coming up to the final lap here very soon. The software doesn't really tell me how many pit stops is made by each person, but I'm just coming back and forth to the stream and everything like that. I did notice some folks doing 2 pit stops, so that may have been the consensus for most of the folks out there to try to do 2 pit stops, at least for fuel. As I said in the beginning, I don't know if tires needed to be changed each time, or if you were able to kind of baby them enough where they could go for 2 stints per se. So, but Christopher Barnes here and Deadhead are on the final lap. So we are going to, let's go in the car. We're on board with Deadhead. That way you can kind of keep Christopher Barnes here in view from what Deadhead is seeing. And we'll have a perfect opportunity to see if there's any late drama or any overtakes or any position change. So there are your S-curves. And they'll eventually be going left here up to the hairpin. There would be the hairpin. And these two have about a 7-second lead now over P3. So if all goes well, they should not have any issues with Jeff Hooten catching them in P3. But these two are going to be very close here at the end of this race, which is very impressive. We'll move up to Christopher Barnes here as he comes through 12, 13, and 14. A slight back marker in his way. He'll get out of his way. Christopher Barnes, your P1 race winner of the feature 60-minute race, with Deadhead right behind in P2. So great job to them. Jeff Hooten going to round out your podium positions for P3 here as he comes across the line. Jeff Lacey was 4th right there. Mateos Scriptura right there with 5th. Rangy comes across the line in 6th. So he had a P8 and a P6, I do know that, for Rangy in both races, so pretty good for him. I think he started near the back of the first race. Carlos De La Torre comes through there in 7th. Ramiro Perez, 8th. Here comes Keshin Hall, a GRG teammate. He's going to come through P9. And then Mr. Kobos. Going to round out your top 10 here as he comes across in P10. Rudolph Stein coming across, P11. Alex Petrovsky. He's going to come through P12. There he goes across the line. Emery Anderson coming down the long downhill straight. There's a few people beyond him, but he will be coming across in P13 here for the second race. And There he is. P13 for Emery Anderson. Flavio here in P14. John 2's out there. He was behind. Let's turn this down a little bit. So there are your race 2 results of the 60-minute feature race. Christopher Barnes P1, Deadhead P2, Jeff Hooten P3 for your podium positions. And then we round up from there. Jeff Lacey was the overall with the fastest lap with a 1:43.668. So very good for that. I had to turn down the game sound. My apologies. That loudspeaker is very, very loud in game. Well, we're going to move to the outro, or at least the end of this session. So, thanks for everyone who stopped by or who stayed around for the entire thing. It's very much appreciated. We had a couple new followers through that stream session there, so thank you to them. Cone Dodger, and the last one was Mr. Is that an I? Mr. I Damage. Something Damage. But thank you to both of you for following today, and thank you to all the followers who have followed before this point and have been following for quite a long time. Thank you to everyone on the Twitch side, and thank you to everyone on the YouTube side, all the subscribers. I think we're I forget what number we're at. Somewhere in the mid 200s, which is pretty doggone good, just for what we do. And, we're a small outfit. We're definitely not professional streamers or anything like that. So, thank you to all the followers on Twitch, all the subscribers on YouTube. Thank you to anyone who may want to subscribe on Twitch. Certainly not needed. But if you want to, throw an Amazon Prime sub our way, we'll certainly take it. We won't deny it. But thanks again to everyone, wherever you're getting this from. It's appreciated by myself and by the community. I do this for all of you watching, and then all of the racers out there on track. I don't do this for any type of gain of my own. So this is all for everyone out there. So that's why it's very appreciative of all the followers and subscribers, all the ones who put the thumbs up, put the like on YouTube, a comment on YouTube, comment here in the chat on Twitch. I love it all. So thanks to everyone. And we'll find out. Keep an eye out tomorrow. The new ranked schedule will come out from Raceroom themselves. So we'll figure out what next week is, and we'll figure out really what the next week of servers and combinations are going to be. So keep an eye out for that. They usually tweet it. I'll try to retweet if you're following our Twitter account, and it's really about it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't think so. Kapow by E+, King Garbett. Welcome, not welcome, but hello. So yeah, so we'll end this bad boy. What's today? Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday for round number 7 or 8. I can't remember now. Maybe 7. The community's GTR4 championship. I totally forget where we are. Only because I haven't really been paying attention to much of anything this week. Unfortunately for me. 1 second. 10:22. Laguna Seca for 33 laps on Friday. So come on back and watch that. That'll be fun. Not fun to do, but fun to watch. So come on back for that, and we'll keep going from there. So thanks again. We'll end it. Everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and if you're a sim racer, then get on out there, join our community. Discord.gg/NARR if you want to get in for what you saw tonight. Or at least with a group of folks who get into Raceroom very heavily with all the stuff going on. So get out there, get racing, stay good, or work on being good, or getting better, or whatever you want to say. So we'll go from there. But everyone have a great evening, or have a great day if you're watching this at a different time. And that's it. So we'll catch y'all next time. Thanks. Bye. Love you.